Welcome to our live here on this Wednesday, September 15th. So if you're watching after the fact, this is going to be saved. What we're going to talk about on this live is I'm going to answer questions, and then I am going to talk about three main ways to invest, as well as talk about the market. So we're going to talk about, give you an update on the market. Going to talk about three main ways to start investing in real estate. So if you're interested in investing in real estate, this is important for you to watch. And then we're going to talk about three ways to invest and then answer questions. So let me know where you're from in the chat box, if you don't mind, kind of see where the audience is from. Hi from Wisconsin. What's going on? Good to see you. I haven't gone the last couple lives, so I apologize. Last couple weeks haven't been able to go live, been busy. So if you wouldn't mind tuning in, I'm getting ready to get into some good content, talk about three simple ways to invest in real estate for beginners, talk about the market, and answer questions. So let me know where you're from. Share this live with anybody and everybody you know that's interested in real estate investing. I go live on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. This is my YouTube live. It's usually a little more formal and usually a little bit more Q&A style. So definitely share this live. If you have not, please like it. Everybody on here, give this video a like. That will help get this out to the algorithm. I'm going to be putting a lot of really good content out here today. We got John from South Florida. Even if you're watching this after the fact, let me know where you're from. What's up, Kyle? How you doing, my man? Central Jersey, nice. We got Rick Jacobs from Cincinnati, awesome. So we got a good crew kind of from all over. So let me know where you're from. If you haven't, make sure to, on TikTok and YouTube, or Instagram, I tell people to double tap. I don't think you can do that on YouTube, but throw your questions in the chat box. Make sure to like, comment, and share this. So let's get rocking and rolling. I want to provide some good interaction for you people that are watching live. Also, some good interaction for the people that watch this recording after, and some good content. So I'm going to do my best to provide as much quality content as I can. So if y'all wouldn't mind, just play along with me and share this live and like it and comment on it and fill up that chat box as much as you can. The algorithm seems to like that. So let's talk market update. How do you guys see the market? I want your opinion. What's up, Scott in the house? What's going on? Scott, met you before. How you doing, man? So let's do a little bit of market update. How's the market where you guys are from? A lot of you on here said, Florida, Wisconsin, Jersey, Cincinnati, St. Louis. So we kind of got people all over interested in how the market is in your area. So fill up that chat box with how the market is, and also fill up that chat box with questions as well that we will get to. I have plenty I could talk about, but I prefer to answer your questions. You can watch all my videos on YouTube and Instagram to get content. Let's have some fun interaction and Q&A. So now that we've been going live for about 2 minutes, I'll introduce myself, and then let's get to some of the comments and questions as well as the content for this video. So my name is Sam. I'm a real estate investor. I'm a part owner of a house buying company, Faster House. We're going to flip about 230 houses this year. So 230 houses, give it this a thumbs up if you haven't. That's a lot of houses. So we wholesale about 80% of them. We fix and flip the other 20% of them. So we do quite a bit actively investing. I also have a rental portfolio worth right about $21 million currently. Beginning of next month, going to close on an apartment complex that should put us close to that $25 million mark, which I've been able to do that entire thing without using any of my own money. So bought all those properties, fixed them up, and rented them without using any of my own money. It's about 167 residential rental doors plus a few storage facilities. So if any of that stuff seems interesting to you, the flipping company, the social media stuff, the rentals, make sure you're following me here on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button and notification bell, as well as on Instagram and TikTok if you want, but mainly YouTube and Instagram. Follow me. I do have 1.2 million followers on TikTok, but anyways, follow me on all my platforms, and I promise to provide more free advice than anybody else out there. May not be the best presenter, may not be the best looking, but I promise to give away more free information and more actionable free information than anybody else out there that's actually teaching this, as I put in air quotes. So let's get to what people say their market is, and then I will get to the general feel on the market, and then we can get to kind of some simple ways to invest in real estate. And I want to answer as many questions as you guys got. So thank you for the likes and the shares. Please continue to do that. If you haven't shared this with 3 people on your phone, I'd appreciate it. So there's a question. If you do with 10,000 to start real estate, it's my favorite question. We're going to get to that. Don't worry. So that's a teaser. We're going to get to that question. So Kyle says his market is top heavy with demanding for housing. Looks like it might drop. Awesome, Kyle. So you're in Central Jersey, so you're thinking it might drop a little bit. Interesting. Scott says a seller's market. And then Rick here says supply is starting to pick up there in Cincinnati. Awesome. John says Florida is wild. My house that I built in December of last year has almost 80K of equity. Ridiculous. Yeah. And then Kyle says Jersey is wild right now. People losing 8-10 houses before landing one is normal. So the market's hot everywhere, right? General consensus. And if you have something to add and you haven't commented yet, let me know where you're from and let me know your thoughts on the market. But general consensus reading those was market's hot. It's maybe slowing down a little bit, but still crazy hot. Supply is starting to catch up. So I'm going to say I pretty much agree with all of that. I don't have a ton to add except for, yes, the market's crazy hot right now. There's multiple reasons why it's hot. There's also multiple reasons why I don't see a crash coming anytime soon. I see inventory slowly catching up. I see interest rates eventually slowing up. I see demand pretty much staying where it's at, if not going up. So those kind of reasons, I don't see any big changes. I don't see any reason why the market's going to completely drop. I could see a softening. I could see a dip. I could see some type of correction, but that does not mean a crash. Correction could technically just mean goes from this to this, or this to this, and then back to this. I don't know if that made any sense to you, but correction does not mean a crash. A softening or a plateauing does not necessarily mean a crash. So if you haven't liked this video, please hit that. So that's my thought on the market. Let me know to make sure to put your questions in the chat box. I'm going to get to this question, which is an incredible question from my friend who's on here all the time. I appreciate you. Get to that question here in a minute. So if you're interested in that answer, just hang on for a minute. All right, let's talk about the 3 main ways to invest in real estate. Do you know what they are? Either watching live, write it in there, or if you're watching after the fact, write it in, or just think of it in your head. What are the 3 main ways that people invest in real estate? I've kind of been talking about this on my lives on Instagram, my lives on TikTok, and they've seemed to really gain traction. I can see I got 11 people on here now, which is all good. We'll get some views after. When I talk about these topics on TikTok, I usually get 300 to 400 people on at one time. And then Instagram's usually around 100. So trying to kind of build that up here on YouTube. I'd appreciate your help with that. So Kyle, I love that. So private, hard money, and wholesale. So those are 3 types of investment strategies, I guess, and types of money. So there's hard money, there's private money that you use to borrow other people's money that you can fix and flip or rent. And then there's wholesaling. So you got one of them that I wanted to talk about. There's a ton, but the 3 that I want to talk about are a little bit different, but also similar. So here are 3 main ways that new investors invest in real estate. So I teach this at the beginning. This is a great way for you to get started investing if you want to look at these 3. I'm going to go over the main 3 ways, kind of the pros and cons of them. Not going to go deep. Well, that sounds weird, but anyways, I go deep into these topics on my normal content on my TikTok, my YouTube, and my Instagram. So I have over 200 videos on YouTube here now. So follow me, hit the notification bell. So you get notified next time I go live. If you're watching this after the fact and said, shoot, I'd like to have gone live and asked Sam questions, hit that notification bell so you get notified next time. I'm going live every Wednesday at 2 Central, assuming I'm available and not out of town. All right. So the first way to invest in real estate is wholesale. Wholesaling is wholesale is flipping properties without fixing them up. In a nutshell, you're flipping a house without fixing it up. Or you don't have to technically own it, okay? You can own it, but you don't have to. That's the beautiful pro of wholesaling. You don't need any money or credit. Yes, it's nice to have money. Yes, it's nice to have credit, but you do not need it to wholesale real estate. So that's the beautiful thing about wholesaling is no money or credit. The barrier of entry is extremely low, and you're flipping a house without fixing it and probably not even owning it. So you get a house under contract to purchase from a seller, and then you sell that contract before closing, hence no money needed, no credit needed. So that's the beautiful thing about wholesaling real estate. You can make a lot of different money wholesaling real estate for sure. And I saw wholesale, flip, and rent. That's exactly what we're going to talk about, Alexis. And I love my man, John, getting there with the burrs. BRRRS. I like it. Awesome. So that's wholesaling real estate. Do you guys understand that? Do you have any questions specifically about wholesaling before I move on to the next topic, which is to fix and flip? So this is kind of flipping, just not the fixing part. So wholesaling, you're basically acting as an intermediary between a house seller of a distressed house and a real estate investor, whether it be landlord or flipper. Here's a great question from Raymond. Do I have to waive inspections appraisal in this environment to be competitive? For the most part, yes. If you're talking about an end user or an investment property, if you're wholesaling and getting an investment property, most of the time you can just have some type of partner contingency or some type of potentially financial contingency. But as far as inspection goes, that's pretty tough to do in the market right now because it's such a hot market because there's not enough supply. One more question on wholesaling, then we're going to move on to fixing and flipping. Then we're going to talk about rentals. Then we're going to dive deep into some questions and really try to provide some quality content. So if you haven't, let me know where you're from. Let me know who your favorite actor or actress is in the chat box, please. Let me know who your favorite actor or actress is in the chat box to fill it up. And then let's get to some questions here in a minute, trying to get some interaction to help with things. So the best way to get leads for wholesaling is networking. If you're looking to buy 5 to 10 houses a year, you don't have to spend a dime in marketing. You can do all of that and get all of that need filled through networking with real estate agents and other wholesalers. That is what I would tell you to do. Go to your local meetups, go to your local Facebook groups. You can buy 5 houses pretty easily with 5 or 10 hours a month. You can probably buy 5-10 houses a year if you network the right way. Favorite actor, Mark Wahlberg. There you go. John Hamm. Nice. All right. So I'm going to get into some more questions. John, I see your question, and we're going to get to Mexican Sly's question as well. If you guys haven't liked this video, I would appreciate it. And then, just keep filling up that comment section. That just really helps with the algorithm and getting this video pushed out. It's hard for me to go live 15 people. It's very inclusive, though, so I do like that. Like I said earlier, usually the lives on TikTok or Instagram have hundreds of people, but I like this. This is good. It's a little more exclusive between us. So fix and flip is the second main way people invest in real estate. It differs from wholesaling in that you are actually repairing the property, because sometimes in wholesales you close on it and sell it without repairing it. Sometimes you don't even close on it. But when you fix and flip, you close on it, fix it up, and sell it. Some advantages are you're going to make a lot of money if you ran your numbers right. Typically when people rehab, they make 30, 40, 50, 70, 80, $100,000. That range is big when most people fix and flip. Some cons are it's risky. You're buying it. You have to use your own money or borrow money from somebody else to buy a property. And then you have to manage the rehab or pay somebody to manage the rehab. So there's more risk, but there's also more reward. So does that make sense? Any questions specifically about fixing and flipping before I get onto the rental section? I appreciate that, John. Thank you for giving this free time, by the way. Yes, I'm growing a brand, the Faster Freedom brand, laying it out there. Our goal is to be one of the biggest real estate education brands in the country in 5 years. So I do that by going live and providing a SHIT ton of knowledge and free content and resources on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. I do have a mentorship about how to grow rentals. Don't talk about it a ton. If you're interested, DM me on Instagram, but this is more about giving free information. I see your question there too, Kyle. I will get to that here momentarily. Tom Hardy, somebody's favorite actor. John Morgan is somebody's favorite actor. Who's y'all's favorite actress? So that's fixing and flipping. If you don't have any more questions on fixing and flipping, I see Kyle about how do you compete with cash buyers. We'll get into that here in a second. I'll get into that for sure. So the last one and my favorite one is rentals. So put your question in the chat box, but I'm going to have this scroll across the bottom. Notice it changed. This is my free training about rental. So that's why I'm throwing this in there. So buying rental properties is the only way to create wealth. If you can think of, fill the chat box up. Let's do this. If you can think of one way to create wealth without already having wealth, let me know. I don't know any way to create wealth besides to buy rental properties using other people's money. You can get short-term rich. You can get by and retire when you're 70, but actually creating wealth without using any of your own money or not having access to money, the only way I know that you can do that is to know Bitcoin. Kyle, you can't get wealthy with Bitcoin unless you already have money. You have to invest your own money. You have to invest your own money into Bitcoin to become wealthy. And right now, the way that Bitcoin's going, I have Bitcoin, I have Ethereum, I have some crypto. I'm not going to get wealthy that way unless I put 100,000 in low and it goes up to 1 million. Even doubling or tripling your money, which is easily done at Bitcoin, that's not wealth, Kyle. Not picking on you. I love your stuff and I appreciate you a ton. Affiliates, you're not going to get really wealthy with affiliates. You can start to make money, and I work really hard at affiliates and I make like $5,000 a month on them. That's not wealth. I'm talking like $100,000 a month plus a multi millionaire. So there's no way to do that unless you already have money. Does anybody? And I want you to throw ways out there, and I'm not. I want you to put that out there. By the way, my free training's below. Click on that later. There's no way to create wealth. I'm talking like wealth, like generational wealth back there, like, when I'm 50, I'm going to be worth $100 million and making $100,000 a month of passive income, not doing anything. That kind of wealth cannot be done unless you inherit the money, or unless you like invent the next big app, which is hard to do. You even need money to do that. So the only true way to create wealth is rentals. That's why it's my favorite. Lottery, love it. There you go. Lottery's the way, but the odds of creating wealth in lottery and rentals is a little bit different. So keep the questions coming, or keep the comments coming. I love it. And then John Morgan, yes, OnlyFans. That is a way to create wealth, but it's not passive, right? You have to apparently be very active on there to make money, and it's still you still have to do things apparently on there. So I do not have an account. I think there is business OnlyFans accounts, but I think there's other ones too. So anyways, that's funny. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. So nobody has given a legitimate way to create wealth without any money, because even crypto and all those other things require money. The only way to do it is to own rental properties. I have $21 million worth of real estate without using any of my own money. So that's why it's so powerful, and that's why I'm doing this, to help you guys. Obviously, I would like a portion of you to take the free training and be a part of my mentorship and get to wealth faster. But I did it on my own for the most part. You can too. I didn't even have my YouTube channel to watch. I just figured it out with Lucas along with a ton of screw ups. But you can do this, and you can do a lot faster with my YouTube, my Instagram, and you can really, really do it with my, with the mentorship. So I don't want to get into that a ton, but you can definitely do it there as well. So fill that chat box up with more questions as well. Here we go. Let's get it. Oh, I got this stupid thing popped up. Get down. All right, awesome. So buying stuff cheap and reselling it, that's a way to do it, but how are you not going to get wealthy doing that? You're not going to, and you still have to buy that stuff. So you're not going to actually do it. You're not going to actually do it. So, all right. I like it. I like it. I like it. So let's get to some questions now. So fill up that chat box with questions. Let me get the change back to remind people to fill up the chat box. And let me know where you're from if you haven't. And I'm giving away free advice, right? So please give this video a like if you haven't. It's not very hard. Every single person watching here, give this video a like. All right. Mexican Sly from Wisconsin. He had the first question. Let's get it answered. So what do you do with $10,000 to start with real estate? So if I had $10,000 to start in real estate, what would I do? Two things. I would pay part of that to a mentorship. I'm not just saying that it doesn't have to be mine. It could be somebody else's. But paying somebody else a small amount of money to help you make millions and millions of dollars is like winning the lottery. Because like they're going to show you what to do and not to do. If I had a mentor tell me on my first 10 projects, do these two things, don't do these two things, I've done the math. I would have saved us like $75,000 in just the first 10 properties. So what I would do is I would invest part of that in a mentor, and the rest of it, or if you're going to be hard-headed and try to figure out on your own, what I would do is I would leverage that. And what I mean is I would go to a hard money lender or a private money lender, either one, and I would show them that I have $10,000 access to that. They are both more likely to lend you money. The fact that you have access to your own capital, it just limits their risk. So if you have $10 in your bank account or $10,000 in your bank account, they look at that $10,000 as somewhat of a security, in that if SHIT hits the fan, you can potentially tap into that and help make them whole if you need to make payments. So that's what I would do with that money, if that makes sense. Keep the questions coming. I'm going to get to some old ones. If I missed them, I apologize. Just ask them again. I answered a few of these already. Here's one. Where do you find someone to buy the house you're trying to wholesale? That's super easy, Aaron. If you find a really good deal right now, everybody explained that the market's crazy hot on the retail side. It's also crazy hot on the investment side. So if you find a good deal, it's the easiest thing in the world to sell it. There's a couple main ways. The first way, just go to go on to Google and Google real estate investment companies near me, or sell my house fast cash, or just real estate investment companies. And there's going to be probably 50 of them in a decent sized town. And that first page is all big companies like We Begley Houses. If you're in St. Louis, Faster House will be on there. All these big companies, and all of them are cash buyers. So you have an unlimited, literally unlimited cash buyers list there. Also, your local Facebook groups and meetups, you're going to meet people there for sure. What's your favorite color? Throw that in the chat box if you wouldn't mind. If you're watching after the fact, do that as well. All right. This is a good one. How do you compete with cash buyers? Kyle, you become a cash buyer. You use hard money and private money, and that's considered cash. You become a cash buyer. We're talking investment properties, not retail, obviously. How do you know what you should fix up? Pretty simple here. You just look at the competition. When you're running comparables and you're looking at purchasing the house, you're going to see what's this house going to be worth after it's fixed up. Look at the houses that are sold. If you look at 4 or 5 houses that are same as your house and they're, sold for $300,000, look at the condition of those houses. They have granite countertops and, decent shaker cabinets and luxury vinyl plank floors. Do that and you'll sell. If they have that, you don't need to probably do heated floors and marble countertops, and super expensive finishes everywhere, and put a a generator on the back and do extra crazy everything, because that's not what the competition has done. So just make your house what the competition is, or a little bit nicer for sure. Andy says, I'm in upstate New York. You look like Tom Brady just glancing at that. I'm at upstate New York and I'm just getting started. I know you're a fan of getting capital elsewhere, but I have enough capital for down payment and can't get a mortgage. You can't get a mortgage. Why? Is it because of credit score or work history? But yeah, if you can't, I would partner with someone that will allow you to get a mortgage, because that's the most important part, either fix and flip or rent or a wholesale. But if you want to own rentals, you need a mortgage. So you partner with somebody, or also anybody on here, DM me on Instagram for my free training, as well as we can dig into that question a little bit more. Keep the questions going. How do you know if you should fix and flip a house or save it as a rental? So my goal, it depends on your goals. Depends on your goals and your short-term cash position. If you need cash now, got to fix and flip or wholesale it. If you don't need cash and you're not looking for rentals, fix and flip or wholesale it. But if you don't need cash and your long-term goals is rentals, I keep everything as a rental as possible. If it cash flows and makes sense, I'm going to keep it as a rental. Not every house makes sense as a rental. In fact, sometimes very few do. If it doesn't going to cash flow, too nice of an area, too bad of an area, then we'll just flip it or wholesale it. Just the deal is finding houses cheap. How many houses you start off before using a property management company? Great question, Raymond. We used a property management company right away. Luke and I both had full-time jobs. I don't know why I'm doing this with my hands, but it kind of fits right above the question, so it works. Anyways, Luke and I both had a full-time job, so we did outside property management right away. We quickly brought it in-house and started our own property management company, but just depends on what you have time for and what you're willing to do. Favorite color: green, money, green, blue. I like it. What's your reason for going to a hard money lender rather than a private money lender? Love this question, because banks won't, or hard money lender instead of a bank, because banks won't lend you money on investment properties that need work. They just simply won't. Banks are in the business to lend money, not to own houses. And if they lend you money on a house that needs work, they think that is too risky, and they think that they're going to have to default and take that back, and they don't want to do that. Banks simply won't lend on houses that need work. Therefore, it opens up a big slice of the pie for hard money lenders and private money lenders. Will I be at the meeting this Thursday? Yep. If you're in St. Louis or in the surrounding area, Faster House Buyers Club, come on tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday, right? The 16th. Yep. Marvin Mitchell's talking, incredible stud talking. I will be there, helping MC at the beginning. I missed a bunch of questions. I'll try to get to it. If I missed a couple, I apologize. Obviously, I'm trying to scroll through a ton of them. I'm in a state. I'm not going to be here in a couple years. Would you require rentals now? It depends on what state. Alexis, what state are you in? What state are you in, and what state are you moving to? If you would answer that, I can help give you a better question. John, when you go to a hard money lender, do they look at your savings, car loans, house equity? Yes, they do. They do. Well, most do. I would say 90% of hard money lenders are going to look at your credit score, your background, and your income and things like that. There are a small percentage that won't. They're usually a little more expensive. So just if that's in order, great. If you don't have that in order yet, wholesale or partner with someone that has all that in order, or go to a private money lender. I don't know any private money lenders that look at any of that. It's relationship based, and they're basing the loan off the relationship in the deal. And hard money lenders also heavily value the quality of the deal. Have you ever heard of a no doc loan? I have. Run. What's the catch on off-market deals? Why would they not list on the MLS to a wider audience? There's so many reasons, Raymond. Like I can't even get into all of them, but sometimes they need to sell fast. They don't want people in their house. Their house is in such bad shape, a realtor won't list it. Because if you list on the MLS, there's going to be a flood of traditional buyers that are going to muddy it all up because they want to look at the house and the house won't pass inspection and they can't get funding. So just a simple cash buyer off market to an investor is the simple, easiest for people. Jackson, Mississippi, and Colorado Springs, Colorado Springs actually probably would work for rentals. I know a lot of people that invest virtually, so I don't think it's the end of the world to have a handful of rentals in Jackson over the next couple of years and then either sell them or just have somebody manage them when you're gone and then hit the ground running in Colorado Springs. And maybe you like Jackson better and you start to do it virtually. So that's my thought on that. Keep the questions coming. I saw that I did miss a few, but let's get back to a couple different things. So we talked about all that. Make sure to go to the free training below. If you have not, comment. Let me get rid of that comment. Make sure to go to the free training below. I would appreciate that. Also, if you are looking for some type of software to find deals, like you want to find deals and you're looking for a software or a website, go to batchleads.com and use the promo code SamFasterFreedom for a free trial. It's a way to find discounted properties. There's training there, and it's a free trial. Just freaking try it. I don't get paid anything on your free trial. Then also DealMachine, if you want to drive for dollars or run lists or both, go to DealMachine app, use the code SamFasterFreedom. Go to both of those websites and apps, download the free trial. For the next 7 days, you'll probably get a few good leads out of it for free. Might as well. But I go live every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Central. Set your calendar, set your phone, set your reminder, hit the notification bell so you get notified. We can interact a little bit more next time. I go live on Instagram and TikTok as well, so follow me there. And I have YouTube videos coming out Tuesdays, Thursdays at 3:45 Central, this live at 2 Central. Just trying to make you guys a little bit smarter and grow the brand. So appreciate y'all's support. Please like and share this before you get out of here and follow my other platforms. I really appreciate you. If I miss your question, ask it on YouTube next week or Instagram or TikTok.